Test, test, test. 1, 2, 1, 2. Test, test, test. Test, test.
Next is Hadley Annis, daughter of Lee and Beverly Annis. Our next senior cheerleader is Blakely Schimmel, daughter of Andrew and Marina Schimmel. Our next senior is Ella Grace Steve, daughter of Claude and Jody Steve. Our final cheer senior is Lily Best, daughter of Troy and Amy Best. And now for our dance team seniors. Starting off, Madeline Anderson, daughter of Stephen and Jessica Anderson. Next is Ashley Brubaker, daughter of Brad and Lisa Brubaker. Up next is Cece Frame, daughter of Ben and Heather Frame. Our next dance senior, Avery Foster.
Hopefully this is going to automatically flip at some point to our game. I don't have anywhere else to go.
Oh, you're thinking it'll just up?
I think they did that last week. They've got to like activate something for tonight's game. I don't know where Stephanie went.
Our next senior, Haley Shacklett, daughter of Casey and Lisa Shacklett. Up next, Claire Sharp, daughter of David and Maureen Sharp.
Well, so far I think this is tracking pretty well.
Yeah, I mean for a senior night, that's a lot of introductions.
Yeah.
And our final dance senior, Bonnie Walker, daughter of Chris and Ann Walker. Let's give it up for our cheer and dance seniors. Thank you again for coming out for this 2025 basketball senior night.
What's up, buddy? You good? Thanks for sending that out right there, little. Yeah. I love it. Thanks, Michael. What's up? Really good. I saw you. I used the restroom earlier in the locker room. I saw your other son in there getting ready. Yeah. All right, good to see y'all. Sam, thanks, buddy. What's up, man? I didn't think they had that many students there. All of a sudden, they stood up.
I'm glad to hear all the banged up and the sick guys are going to play, too.
Mm-hmm. Look at how many students are over here behind you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's from here all the way down.
All the way to the wall. All right, so we're at 7:24. And they got 14 minutes, so we don't have to fill too much extra time, really.
I was going to say, they went to the wrong end.
Come on, I just need this to switch.
Where did she go?
I don't know, but I don't think I have Ken's number.
Let's see if I do. I do. Yes. Yes, correct.
Yes.
Yep. And Davis on the other end is the tallest kid. Blue shoes on. Yeah, Davis is the tallest kid. He has on blue shoes.
Did you get him, Trav?
Not yet. No. He's just talking to me. Okay. Oh, are you? Be safe. Are you playing? Oh, you're going to play tomorrow? Okay. I love it. Are you playing Monday? Okay. Be safe, bud.
Did you text Ken? Okay.
I got distracted. Sorry.
That's all right. I would imagine Stephanie's going to sit right behind us, but I don't know where she went.
I'm guessing that's a number if you want to type whatever you want to type.
Okay.
Davis doesn't wear number 8. He wears number 2. That says number 8.
Yeah, you want to get on the top right.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Christian Brown is a big presence.
Yes, he is.
Man,
Yeah.
I mean, he just looks big.
I know. He was so skinny when we saw him 2 years ago.
Yeah. Do you remember when we saw him 2 years ago?
Well, he was hurt.
He
was
had a
out for the
broken
year.
leg.
Yes.
But
Yes.
how little he looked compared to, dude, he looks like a monster.
Didn't we do a region semis game with these guys against Independence, or am I thinking of a different game? And he was out. He had already gotten hurt, and he was out for the year.
Yeah. We were at Franklin that night, and he was
so.
on like crutches on
he
the
was
side.
just sitting on the bench. Yep. And I remember saying, well, that would be the best player in this game tonight if he were around.
Look at his body, too. He's just big. Yes. Will you take our picture real quick? Knock it. Since we didn't get to last time. Oh, sorry. I got you. I got you. What's up, buddy? You good? Good.
Tonight, School Hoops presented by South College. It's Williamson County's oldest rivalry. The Brentwood Bruins were in the state tournament a year ago. Tonight they welcome in the Franklin Admirals, who have one of the best players in the state. They are one of the best teams in the state. It's a pair of 16-win bitter rivals. You are right where you need to be. And welcome in, everybody. So glad you're with us for a fun night of hoops here on MyTV 30, along with Coach Drew Maddox. It's Jeff M here with you. Drew, this district, this county rarely disappoint. The atmosphere tonight is going to be packed with people. And these are two teams who not only are good, have major aspirations for the month of March this year.
Absolutely. I mean, we're starting to turn our attention towards March. No better place to be in all the state of Tennessee than in Brentwood, Tennessee, for a bitter rivalry game between Franklin and Brentwood tonight.
They met a couple of weeks ago. Franklin won the first meeting, and the Admirals, a top 10 team here in 4A. They come in at number 8 in the latest TSSAA 4A poll. We've already seen Hillsboro on our schedule. You know how good the boroughs are. Whitehaven, Bartlett, Bearden at the top. But Franklin's been in the top 10 in some variety most of the year.
Yeah, Franklin is a great basketball team. Winners of 4 in a row. Really playing their best basketball. And in talking to Jason Tigert yesterday, he mentioned how this team is playing really, really well.
Franklin 7-2 in the district. Brentwood and Independence right behind them at 6-3. Here's a snapshot from a few weeks ago. Franklin won the game by 13. Brentwood got out to the 11-0 run. Foul trouble became big on both sides. And as we'll talk about Christian Brown and Davis Cochran in a moment, the Stars lived up to the billing 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, Christian Brown, you can see 30 points and 14 rebounds. But Davis Cochran, yes, he had 22 points. Got in foul trouble, missed the entire second quarter, of which Franklin took an 18-6 scoring advantage in that quarter, which led to that big win.
Franklin has won 13 of the last 14 in this matchup, the exception being last year in the district semis. And Christian Brown, not just as good as anybody in the area, as good as anybody in the state. This is your top 6 in the senior class from 24/7 Sports. The cool part of this is, within the next couple weeks, we will have had 3 of these 6 players here on MyTV 30 with Cortez Graham Howard from Hillsboro. We're going to see Cade Bennerman at Father Ryan, the Northwestern signee, in a couple of weeks. And Christian Brown at number 3, a James Madison signee.
He's having as good of a year as anybody, and all this can really play.
Averaging a double-double. This one is going to be good tonight. Franklin and Brentwood from Brentwood High School on the Bruins senior night. More to come after this on MyTV 30. Back with you here at Brentwood High School for the Admirals and the Bruins on Sonic High school hoops presented by South College here on My TV 30. Jeff Hem and Drew Maddox back with you inside what is going to be a packed gym here tonight for the rematch for these two teams. You got Brentwood's senior night. But, Drew, part of the interesting component of this matchup is we're going to see a lot of very talented sophomores and younger players on the floor for these two teams.
Yeah, it's senior night, as you mentioned, Jeff, but both of these teams rely heavily on the sophomore class. I mean, you're talking about young guards, young point guards that distribute the basketball, take care of the basketball, are entrusted for ball security. So it's going to be imperatives for these sophomores to meet and rise to the occasion tonight.
We mentioned the stars already. Let's zone back in on both Christian Brown and Davis Cochran, just as good as it gets in this area.
Christian Brown is as good of a player that you're going to see in this area. 6'8". His body is tremendous. He's college ready. The James Madison signee. I think he's going to be a Mr. Basketball 4A finalist for certain. 22 points per game, 11 rebounds. And as you saw on the graphic before we went to break, 30 points and 14 rebounds the last two times these two teams played.
And we saw Davis Cochran as a freshman last year when his older brother was still a Bruin. Now Davis is in the spotlight.
Yeah, Davis is having a great year. Point shot, but what Coach Troy Crane loves about his game is the versatility around the rim as well.
Yeah, these Bruins can absolutely light it up from downtown. Here is the South College path to success for each team in tonight's game. South College, where dreams find direction. Well, we talk about young point guards for the Admirals in a loud environment. They've got to find a way to stay calm.
Got to stay calm. Young point guards. Cole Kaiser is going to be really dependent on. Colin Robinson's going to be dependent on. They must take care of the basketball, and they also must defend the three. Brentwood Bruins tonight try to shoot 32 to 38 three-pointers per game. Franklin must defend the three, and then on the Brentwood side, can they stay true to their style? Can they get the pace of the game the way they want? And then lastly, do not get in foul trouble. Make sure you maintain position, wall up, and be strong, but don't foul.
You're going to see a lot of man-to-man from Franklin. You're going to see a lot of zone from the Bruins. Franklin has owned the rivalry lately. Tonight it's in Brentwood's house on their senior night. What's in store for the Admirals and the Bruins? We'll find out next. That was good.
Had a good rhythm on that one.
Yeah. It's not the worst thing in the world when we get a little bit more time. You know, I don't want to fill 30 minutes, but having more than two,
right,
we can elaborate a little bit more. Starting lineups being announced here inside Brentwood High School's gymnasium. It's the Admirals and the Bruins. 4A, Region 5, District 10. Lights are turning off to get the Bruins introduced on their senior night. We'll take a look at the starting lineups. They're brought to you by Sonic. Live free, eat Sonic. So there are the Admirals, and having Sam Mewborn in the lineup and Xander Johnson is normal for them, but not something they had on Tuesday. Those two guys were under the weather. They did not play in Franklin's rout of Nolensville. Christian Brown, of course, the headliner. Cole Kaiser, the outstanding point guard, and an emerging player new to the program this year in Jetty Jarrett. He's going to average 7 a game. Terrific three-point shooter along with Mewborn. Kaiser shoots it at 42%. We'll see a lot of Colin Robinson off the bench for the Admirals. They can light it up as the supporting cast to Christian Brown inside. For the Bruins, you got one senior in the starting lineup, and that's Kevin Spivey on his senior night. Davis Cochran, a sophomore, along with Luke Maffey, who we'll see off the bench. And then you got Parker Emerson, Hudson McKnight, and Jackson McCutcheon. And McCutcheon is a guy Drew was referencing a moment ago. He is absolutely lethal, Drew, from downtown.
Same. Shoots almost 48% from three. One of the best shooters you're going to see this year in high school basketball.
In this building, earlier in the year, he hit 11 threes in a game from the Bruins with McCutcheon, Spivey, McKnight, Cochran, and Emerson. And we talk about these point guards. Both teams, even if it's a younger point guard, have a terrific assist-to-turnover ratio. So they don't typically turn it over, even though they've got some youth in the backcourt. Very impressive on both sides.
It was the one thing that jumped off the stat sheet for me was seeing the ball security. That assist ratio with such young backcourts, awfully impressive.
Brown and Cochran go up against each other and tip us off. Admirals have it first, road in gray, Bruins home in white. And here we go in Williamson County for a much anticipated showdown for the Admirals and the Bruins.
See Brentwood in a little bit of a matchup zone look here, kind of switching in between their coverages. Looks a little bit like man-to-man.
Here goes Brown on Cochran, 2-0 Franklin.
So strong and so big. That left hand is also a changeup that he's able to throw.
We have to play man-to-man. We just can't let them get into spaces with their dangerous three-point shooting. Hudson McKnight on the take. We're tied at 2.
Beautiful drive. Beautiful drive by Hudson McKnight. Nice little reverse finish.
Occasional point guard last year. Usual point guard this year alongside Parker Emerson, depending on the scheme that they're trying to run. And a traveling violation against Christian Brown. And here's Jason Tigert in his 6th year at Franklin. Came over from Dixon County. Tremendous amount of success at Marshall County before that. His overall record as an Admirals head coach, 131-46. He's had some outstanding teams the last several years. And first-year head coach and longtime assistant coach, Troy Crane. 21 years alongside Troy Bond, who was their head coach last year, was at the helm for a few years here. Long relationship for the two. Bond retired, Crane now the head man, but no stranger to this Brentwood program and all its success. Here's McKnight. Jetty Jarrett is on him. Spivey. And here's Davis Cochran. There's the double team, and they poke it away. Good hands by Xander Johnson.
Nice active hands out of that double team to create that turnover.
How Franklin defends Davis Cochran will be very interesting to watch tonight. Here's Brown again. Inside, so easy when you're that talented.
You know, it's already interesting, Jeff, already seeing this, because as talking to Troy Crane, they double-teamed a lot in game 1 against Christian Brown. We've already seen 3 possessions, and they've been isolated on Christian Brown on all 3 possessions.
Now McKnight. Here's Cochran. He will shoot from out there. McCutcheon, dangerous. A rare three-point miss. He is nearly 50% on the year and shoots a ton of them. In the corner, Johnson. And it's rebounded by Parker Emerson. Left open, McKnight. Short on it, rebounded by Jetty Jarrett.
Already 2 3-point attempts here early in the first quarter.
37% shooting from downtown on the year for Franklin. 36% shooting on the year for Brentwood. Brown. That time got blocked by Cochran. Puts it back up and in, and he's got all 6.
All 6 points, all single coverage as well. Look at Brentwood push the pace, though. Right back with Kevin Spivey for 2.
Their only senior starter on a team loaded with youth. 7 sophomores on this Brentwood team, and a lot of them play, even if they don't start. Brown, the fake. And he got it in, and Brown went down hard. A little bit slow to get up. Cochran tried to block it from behind. Now Spivey and one. Do not entertain. How about this start in Brentwood? 4.5 to go in the first quarter. And the Admirals out to an early 8-6 advantage.
To the point where they're really in my face. I'm not looking for sympathy or empathy in my frenzy. It's me against that world.
Nope.
Where is she?
Emily's got to get out there, though. She's got to get their attention on
I
that.
think that's what Joey's telling her.
Oh, yeah. Do you know referee names?
Yeah, Joey Beach.
Is the bald guy here?
I don't know this guy, though.
But that's Joey right here?
Yeah, Joey, yep. Mike, I think that's Mike Woods. I'll tell you for sure.
Would you text back to Ken that we keep that link is? Oh, wait a minute.
Mike Woods is his name.
Okay, thank you.
You doing okay? Good.
Christian Brown 8, Brentwood 6 with 4:25 to go in the first quarter. Drew, what do you make of what you're seeing so far with Christian Brown's early dominance?
Well, it's a trade-off of how you want to cover Christian Brown. Troy Crane talked about being more aggressive, sending doubles, and they got into foul trouble in that first game, and it really hurt and prohibited Brentwood from having his isolated single coverage. Davis Cochran just man on man against Christian Brown with no doubles, just trying to preserve foul trouble.
Spivey short on the and one, 66% free throw shooter. And Troy Crane told us, he told his guys, look, Christian Brown is going, Cochran's in the other corner, and Jetty Jarrett makes some noise from three.
That was a beautiful set. Nice little post entry to Christian Brown. Flare screen on the backside for Jarrett to get that three.
Jarrett, a Division III commit to Maryville College. Last year he played at the Webb School of Bell Buckle. He's brought some length to the wing for this Franklin team. He had 14 points on Tuesday against Nolensville. Jetty Jarrett, number 1 in gray. Open on the right side. Spivey got it.
Spivey has come to play tonight. Wow. We've seen nice little rim finishes. We've seen an and one, and now a three-point shot to add to his point total.
11-9 Admirals, and here's Brown against Cochran. Brown, the long two, short. Parker Emerson, eyes up. Hesitates. Back to Spivey. Thought about it. Drives. Blocked away. Carson Vaughn on the swat for the Admirals, and it's Franklin ball.
What a great defensive possession by Carson Vaughn. But first, nice three-point in the corner, that left corner on the flare screen for Jetty Jarrett. And then you see Spivey with that big wing three for Brentwood.
Carson Vaughn in off the bench for Franklin, along with Colin Robinson, the sophomore. We mentioned him earlier, shares the point guard role with Cole Kaiser. They're in there together right now as Brown drives on Cochran. They flash a double team at him. Now he's still one-on-one with Cochran. Kicks it out to Robinson. Now the fresh dribble for Brown. Lost his footing, and it's out of bounds to Brentwood.
Davis Cochran has done a nice job of really walling up. That was the term Troy Crane really stuck to yesterday, that Davis has to wall up with physicality to try to meet Christian Brown before he gets to the rim.
Bruins can take a lead here with a 3. Cochran keeps it up high. Got Vaughn on him. McCutcheon back to Cochran. Extra pass, McKnight. Offensive rebound by Maffey. Brown comes out to get Cochran. They let him go one-on-one. McKnight stepped through. Almost turned it over. It was last touched by Robinson. He got caught in midair.
Great ball movement there by the Bruins and tried to find a three-point shooter.
Both teams with 16 wins. Franklin atop the district at 7-2, with Brentwood and Independence right behind them at 6-3. Independence, the reigning state champ. Brentwood was in the state tournament a year ago. Franklin, top 10 team. And it's over and back.
It's the second or third time we've seen a player slip. It could be the environment, a little bit warmer day here in Middle Tennessee. Parker Emerson slipped and fell, and Franklin the benefactor of that over and back call.
Inside of 2 minutes here in the first quarter. Robinson, nice move and a finish.
Colin Robinson, one of those sophomores Coach Teigert's so excited about.
McCutcheon turns it over. Yeah, Robinson plays high-level AAU ball. He's already getting college looks, and with moves like that.
Look at how nice that was. The usage of the dribble, nice spin move back to his primary hand, his left hand, for that nice finish.
How many backup point guards around the state are making that move?
Yeah.
Now it's Sam Newborn with the ball. This is Vaughn. Brown's got Cochran in there, one-on-one. Brown, nice look inside. Robinson missed it. Contested shot. Here come the Bruins. This is where they're dangerous on the run to find a three-point shooter. And the Admirals get back.
See if Davis Cochran can get a shot off the leading scorer for the Bruins yet to score.
18. They're so balanced compared to a year ago when Daniel Cochran did so much of their scoring. Now it's far from the Davis Cochran show, even though he's 18 a game. They average 65 points a game as a team. Maffey to Cochran from the corner, and he's on the board.
There you go. We called it. Even though it was probably a little bit quicker instead of holding it for the last shot, still a great three-point attempt for Davis Cochran.
5 seconds to go. Robinson got to get it up. Sandy, and that will take us to the end of one. Quite a quarter here in Williamson County. Jason Teigert's Admirals with a 1-point lead at Brentwood.
It's like with a great yo, and I ain't gonna let it go to me, dog. Now picture me fall to the wayside where I can't slide to the point where
Not having stats
No.
really stinks.
Can you text Ken?
Yeah. I still don't understand where she went.
Okay. Probably has a better view over there.
Well, normally it would feed in and we would be fine.
Yeah.
I know. This is only this will be the best game. We've had 2 blowouts. Hey Joey, what's okay? I didn't know him. Okay, thank you. We just want to give y'all a shout out. You good? Good.
Buddy, is it wild out there?
It's wild. So good. Thanks. Keep sending them.
Very entertaining first quarter. Franklin 13, Brentwood 12. Jeff M., Drew Maddox, and our great MyTV 30 crew back with you here in Williamson County on a Friday night. Davis Cochran hit that three to make it a 1-point game at the end of the quarter. Christian Brown living up to the billing on the Franklin side with 8 of his team's 13. What stands out most about the quarter overall, Drew?
I thought, it came out with quick. Like seeing Davis Cochran with that big three at the end of the quarter to see if we can get him going a little bit. Some production for the Brentwood Bruins.
Tate Cordova in the Brentwood lineup, a sophomore, one of their 7 sophomores. He's 14 in white at the top of your screen. Anyway, they know they're going to play a lot of man-to-man tonight to try to neutralize Brentwood's perimeter shooting. Jason Tyggart's teams typically lead with man-to-man anyway. Cochran inside, tough shot goes down. 5 now.
I'm sorry, Jeff. That's what we talked about. That three to end the quarter ignited his confidence, and you saw Brentwood do a nice job to get him a good paint touch.
Here's Christian Brown, one-on-one again. They're not doubling him. That one got stuck, and he couldn't tip it back in. Cochran holding strong inside. Luke Mathey, in and out, and it's batted around and grabbed by Cole Kaiser. Now Newborn in the corner to Jarrett, and that one missed badly short. McKnight's got the rebound. Stay tuned for the Bart Durham Injury Law Halftime Report. We'll showcase the UA Local 572 Scholar Athletes. Special interview with Brentwood Principal Kevin Kydell. First half highlights and more all coming up during the Bart Durham Injury Law Halftime Report. Bart Durham, you deserve to be paid for what you've gone through. Blocking foul against Christian Brown. He tried to draw the charge, and that's our first foul of the quarter, and for Brown, his first foul of the game.
Good job by Spivey there to drive the ball with some force, as you see Davis Cochran on that last possession with that paint touch on a post entry. Great job by Spivey driving it right at Brown to get his first foul.
Brown is guarding Spivey now. Cordova slip and a blocking foul that time against Kaiser. And that'll be the first on Kaiser. Second team foul, number 5, puts you in the bonus in a quarter. It's not about the fouls in a half. Kaiser will check out. He's in. And here's Cordova. He moved from Illinois, new to the Bruins this year. Tate Cordova. This is McCutcheon on the take and scoring, and the Bruins lead by 3.
Good job by McCutcheon there to take what the defense gave him. They really played the three-point shot hard. Got a nice drive to the basket.
Jetty Jarrett the answer after Emerson went for the steal.
Nice mid-range touch there by Jarrett.
We've seen a couple of mid-range attempts for Franklin. Brentwood will not have any. Drive to the cup. We're going to try to make free throws. And there's McCutcheon.
Rises. He's got a nice layup. And that three-point there to follow.
His 81st 3 of the year. We are not yet to February 1. Brown dribbling it off his foot. Cochran, right place, right time. Bruins making a run here, leading by 4. Here's Cochran, got around, nobody picked him up. Brown comes over and swats it out of bounds. And that will take us to a timeout. Christian Brown on the swat. 4.5 to go in the second quarter. Right now, Brentwood with Jackson McCutcheon's 3, leading by 4.
At least their points. No, sir.
And yeah, it's still volleyball. I've reloaded it every 10 seconds almost. Are you still good with me next week at TSU too?
Yeah, what night is that?
Thursday and Saturday?
Yep.
Okay. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll showcase the Sonic Player of the Game. Live free, eat Sonic. And Christian Brown, usually a good candidate in any game that he is in. He's got 8 so far of Franklin's 15. Brentwood on a run, though, up 19-15. Drew, what are the Bruins doing well right now?
Doing a great job of running their offense. Jackson McCutcheon's gotten 2 good looks, one with layup and then a 3-point shot, but just really being patient on the offensive end, and then equally such on the defensive end, have held Franklin to only 2 points here in the second quarter.
Here's McCutcheon, closely guarded now by Jetty Jarrett, even though they're well beyond the arc. Anybody for Brentwood is within shooting distance once they get across half court. Carson Vaughn picking up Hudson McKnight. A lot of switching from the Franklin D. Cochran trying to step through, and he got fouled. And it's on Colin Robinson. No surprise that Franklin's switching on pretty much anything.
Yeah, I think you have to. When you're worried about the 3-point shot like that, and you have to stay pressed on shooters, you have to switch those ball screens. But it does allow for Brentwood to look for ways to exploit mismatches.
Parker Emerson, 3-to-1 assist to turnover ratio for Zero and White. Here he goes. Jump pass to McKnight. 3.5 to go before halftime. Slower pace here in this second quarter. Bruins outscoring Franklin 7-2 in the quarter. And this is going to stay here. There's Davis Cochran, 6'8" sophomore. Jason Taggart, Franklin's head coach, said he is scary that he's only a sophomore, given the ability. And we saw him last year as a freshman. He was limited this week with a little bit of knee soreness. We weren't sure at one point if we'd see him, but Troy Crane said, I don't see how Davis Cochran would let himself not play tonight. And his teammate Jackson McCutcheon hits another 3.
What a beautiful set there to run a ball screen and then to run into a pin down for Jackson McCutcheon to get that 3-point shot. So quick on that release.
This is what Brentwood can do. They can get on you quickly with these threes. They lead now by 7 against the Admirals, top 10 team in the state. Brown gets around Cochran, draws a foul, and will go to the line. And Christian Brown on the year shoots a ton of free throws because he's so tough to defend inside.
Look at that nice little shot for Jackson McCutcheon to get his shoulders all the way squared up coming off of that screen. That's a tough shot for a right-handed shooter to get your body squared and not to overextend the turn. Just a beautiful, beautiful 3-point attempt.
When we talk about the threes for Brentwood, they got knocked off on Tuesday, 48-46 against Summit. They only hit 5 threes after they'd hit 23 against Summit earlier in the year. Brown got them both. It's 22-17.
Think about that, Jeff. Brown's already shot 154 free throws this year as well.
Here's Jarrett off the turnover. Left open for the 3, and then they recover. Here's Xander Johnson going to Christian Brown. 2 minutes to go in the half. Vaughn around and in for Carson Vaughn.
Nice touch by Carson Vaughn. Another mid-range jump shot for Franklin.
Admirals within 3. Both teams shooting well over 50% here in the first half. And now a foul inside, and that is going to go against Xander Johnson.
See this nice shot. Christian Brown with the ball in the mid-range post area. Nice cut by Carson Vaughn to the open area to get that nice mid-range jump shot. What a soft touch to see that one go through the net.
That's 14 fouls for Franklin. Next one will have Brentwood shooting. 95 seconds to go in the half. Jake Wilson in the Brentwood lineup. McCutcheon comes to get it. The fake, the 3, and it's a round and out. Brown up to grab it. 1 minute to go and a 3-point deficit for the Admirals. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll showcase the Sonic drive of the game. Live free, eat Sonic. Cochran on the rebound. Brentwood can play for 1, but they won't. Nice. Look at that pass inside of Wilson.
That all started with Davis Cochran getting that big that opportunity in transition.
Wilson, one of the 5 Brentwood seniors on their senior night. Colin Robinson all the way to the cup and 1. Got around his defender. Nobody picked him up, and the sophomores got 4.
Colin Robinson is lethal with that left-handed drive. We've already seen it now twice since he's come into this basketball game. Nice little deceleration as he got close to the basket to draw the foul. Nice strong finish and a chance for an and 1.
He's a 91% free throw shooter. 10 for 11 on the year. No problem. 5 for Robinson. Conrad Jones will check in for Franklin, and Sam Newborn will check out. McKnight looking. Here's Emerson. Behind his back. 1 second left. It's out of bounds. Going to Franklin with .9. And the Admirals have Newborn coming right back in along with Kaiser and Johnson. And again, at the halftime, we will bring you the Bart Durham Injury Law halftime report showcasing the UA Local 572 Scholar Athletes. Special interview with Brentwood Principal Kevin Kydell. First half highlights and more. Bart Durham Injury Law halftime report. Bart Durham, you deserve to be paid for what you've gone through. And we are now at halftime. It was Franklin by 1 after 1, and now it's the Bruins by 2 at the break.
You're watching Bart Durham Injury Law Halftime Report. You deserve to be paid for what you've gone through. We're proud to present the UA Local 572 Scholar Athlete of the Week. This week's Scholar Athletes are Jordan Clay Joseph from Smyrna High School and Ross Perlick from Wilson Central High School. Jordan is a 4-year letter winner in basketball and has a 3.56 GPA. Ross is a 2-year sophomore varsity basketball player, scored a 31 on ACT, and a youth basketball referee. These All-Stars are now entered for a $3,000 scholarship at the end of the season. Congratulations to our UA Local 572 Scholar Athletes of the Week.
We got the game going on time for you, as close as we could.
Yeah.
That light show takes a little 7:38.
Yeah. You're watching the Bart Durham Injury Law Halftime Report. You deserve to be paid for what you've gone through. We welcome you back to Brentwood High School. The Bruins on top of Franklin, 24-20.
Yes,
Kevin, what a night. First of all, thank you for having us. It's senior night for so many of your athletes and students here tonight. Bitter rival in the house with Franklin. How proud are you as a principal of nights like this for your school?
Well, this is fantastic, and we really appreciate you guys coming out. And it allows the community to see what's going on at Brentwood High School. It's allowing the community to see what's happening in high schools, what's happening with our youth, you know, what they're putting forth on the court, in the classroom. They are absolutely thriving at this time. And, you know, we see all the stuff in the media about troubles that kids are having. And when you get to see, this is the majority of kids. This is what life is like in Williamson County. You know, great rivalries, great competition. This is what it's all about.
No doubt athletics is at the forefront of what we're watching here tonight. But what kind of connection is there between academics and athletics at Brentwood?
Oh, and see, and it's so true. The old adage or the old stories about the dumb jocks, that's no longer what takes place in high school athletics. High school athletics, the young lady, our scholar athlete, Natalie Halstead, she is in the top 10 of the senior class. She has a 4.5 GPA. She has a 35 or 36 on her ACT. And she comes out here and drops 20 points tonight.
Wow.
You know, she's just a perfect example of kids in high school athletics have to manage their time so well. It's easy for people to think, well, they're busy now, their grades are going to drop, their grades are going to suffer. But one of the great things about high school athletics is it really teaches kids discipline.
Yeah.
It teaches kids time management, teaches kids sacrifice. So they're willing to put aside some of the things that other kids do for fun. And so they don't have time. They've got to be able to manage their time correctly, and they're able to do that. And so our kids are just excelling in the classroom. We got Davis Cochran out here tonight. His older brother Daniel just graduated last year. Daniel's starting at the University of Chicago.
Yeah.
So these kids are able to do this and be able to take this opportunity to combine their academic and athletic success and be able to play at the next level. Our leading scorer, Ella Ryan, she just broke the record of Amelia Osgood. Amelia's playing at Princeton.
Wow.
You know, and so it's the opportunities like this that we really think our kids are doing both. They're achieving academically, and they're achieving athletically. So we're really excited about that.
You guys have been great hosts, and for hosting us tonight, Brentwood will receive a $500 charitable donation from Sonic and from High School Hoops. Kevin, thank you so much.
Appreciate you guys.
Kevin Kydell, principal here at Brentwood High School. The Bruins are on top of the Admirals by 2 at the break. All right, appreciate you, Kevin. Thank you so much. Good seeing you. Drew. Drew. Quit talking, everybody, and get back in here. Let's go. You're good. You got a minute, or maybe not a minute, but a second. Like, don't make me do these highlights by myself. (24-22), Brentwood on top of Franklin as we are winding down halftime here at Brentwood High School. Jeff Hem and Drew Maddox back with you and our wonderful MyTV 30 crew. Drew, it was a one-point game in favor of Franklin after one. Brentwood's up by a couple, so nothing changed dramatically, but the feel of the game changed in that second quarter. What happened?
It did. It slowed down. I mean, it started off with such a quick pace, and then longer possessions came into the game, particularly on the Brentwood side. I felt like they really tempoed and showed a great deal of patience, trying to make sure that they got the ball to Jackson, McCutcheon, or to Davis Cochran.
Christian Brown got off to a terrific start, had his team's first 8 points. He's got 12 at the break. How would you assess his first half performance?
I loved the way he asserted himself out of the gate. I felt like in the second quarter, he really showed too much unselfishness. I'd like to see a little bit more aggression, a little bit more force driving that ball to the basket.
And there's Davis Cochran. That was at the very end of the first quarter when he had not scored. The second quarter really became about Jackson McCutcheon.
Yeah, Jackson McCutcheon, we saw him get started with that nice drive to the basket. Then he had back-to-back three-point shots. I thought Spivey had a three-point shot and a nice, there's the three-point shot, but we saw him score in the transition as well. But it's been really Cochran and Spivey and McCutcheon, kind of a three-headed monster to get Brentwood to the 24-point mark.
Look at those numbers, too. 56% and 59%. 4 threes for Brentwood. They average 10 a game. We saw some mid-range jumpers from Franklin, rebounding, turnovers, pretty even for two teams who take good care of the ball.
It's been a clean game. I mean, just really efficient. Teams trying to get exactly what they want. Not much fouling either. It's just been a good, clean basketball game. I would look for Brentwood to try to get a few more three-point shots up, particularly in this third quarter. 9 is low for them. So look for that to go up, and then look for Christian Brown to get more touches in and around that left block in particular.
Plenty of highlights here. Let's take a look at some highlights from around the country on High School Hoops.
Here are the best high school hoops plays from across the country.
Left wing whips it down the floor to Kinzer. One-handed jam. Jan Kinzer throws it down.
Cut off. Splits it up. Nice. Whoa. My goodness. Shots. Look at it again. American Consolidated National.
Star player, one of the star players to watch as he goes up the middle. Isaiah Green. Look at the elevation for him.
Amazing play from Green and the ability to hang in the air, but keep your foot in it.
Antonacci, stop, pop, three, why not? Got it! The freshman ties this game up.
Sancom another three. Oh! 45 for Eli Sancom!
Made 2 big threes this after. Drives to the bucket, and Jamal Jackson rejects him. Jamal Jackson lights up this gymnasium.
I'm missing somebody. Wilson had 2. Cordova scored? Do you remember Cordova scoring?
I know Wilson got that nice layup, but
I think Cordova scored too.
I don't remember Cordova.
I think he had a layup.
I know for sure Emerson has not scored.
Yeah.
I know McCutcheon has 8.
They've got Spivey with 5.
Did you have him with 7?
I did.
He's made 3 skits.
Okay. Time to go. Third quarter here in Brentwood. Bruins and Franklin. The rematch from a few weeks ago when Franklin won on its home floor 64-51. A couple of 16-win teams. Williamson County's oldest rivalry. Been a good one so far. It's Admiral's ball to start the second half. Xander Johnson falling out of bounds, and that's last touched by Sam Newborn. Those two guys did not play for Franklin on Tuesday. They were under the weather, and we didn't see a lot from them in the first half. It is starters on the floor right now on both sides. McCutcheon had 8 in that first half. You cannot give him a window. Cochran got the 3.
He has such a soft shot to be 6'8", to be able to stretch the floor like that. He actually pump faked and reset that shot and still had a great attempt at that 3-point make.
8 now for Cochran. He's guarding Christian Brown. Brown partially blocked, and a foul is called on Cochran, and that's going to send Brown to the free throw line. Now, I just referenced the first meeting between the two teams. We talked a lot about it in the open. Foul trouble is not a problem right now for anybody, and that was not the case 3 weeks ago.
Look at that nice release by Davis Cochran for his 8th point here in this basketball game. But yes, to your point, Jeff, just trying to make sure that you play without fouling. I thought Davis Cochran did a great job of walling up right there. But Christian Brown, once again, does such a great job of creating contact and getting to the free throw line. And he shoots free throws extremely well.
James Madison signee, the future Duke. Reigning Sun Belt champs, James Madison. Brown hit them both. He's got a dozen. Brentwood the ball, leading by 3. McCutcheon, the step back, the 3. Too strong though. Rebounded by McKnight. Cochran left all open, and he missed it. And it's rebounded by Brown, who averages a double-double.
Franklin awfully lucky right there not to see that one go down. A wide open look for Davis Cochran.
Brown wants it inside. He's got Cochran on his hip. Jetty Jarrett gives it back to Newborn. And now here's Brown. Cochran got around it with a swim move, knocked it away. Brentwood off the turnover. Cochran wide open again. Passed up the 3. Trying the 2, gets bumped, and he'll get free throws. And there's number 2 on the night, foul-wise, for Christian Brown.
That's a great job by Davis Cochran, first of all, on the defensive end to intercept that post-entry pass to even start that transition opportunity. But how about Davis Cochran with great patience there, not settling for the 3-point shot, utilizing his footwork to create that foul.
66% free throw shooter, missed the first one. Now 9 points for Cochran on that one. And here comes some Brentwood pressure. Cole Kaiser, the sophomore point guard, coughed it up. McKnight missed it in on the cash, and Brown, battling for the rebound, grabs it. We talked about the young point guards on these two teams. They typically take care of the ball very well. Brown, and one for Christian Brown. Can't stop that.
That action got started by the nice drive by the sophomore guard, Cole Kaiser. Look at that, the nice drive with his left hand, the usage of the bounce pass. Christian Brown able to get to his primary dominant hand, the left side, to finish that back to the free throw line for an and one opportunity.
And that foul was on Davis Cochran. So Brown and Cochran each have 2. Brown got it.
Wow, that free throw looks awfully sweet there. Christian Brown, a 72% free throw shooter on the year.
He has dedicated himself to getting stronger, better as a basketball player. Emerson leaving one for Spivey, who's got Brown on him. Franklin switching on just about every screen so that they keep an eye on Brentwood shooters. Cochran against Xander Johnson. Cochran dribbles into a double team, now gets left alone with a one-on-one. Missed it, put it back in.
Nice job by Davis Cochran there to even create the shot attempt, but to stay with it, get that ball in the basket.
Brown was helping on a trap, and then he left him with a one-on-one. Felt like a chance there for Franklin to cause some trouble. Admirals trying for a second chance. Kaiser airballs the 3, and it's out of bounds. 4.5 to go in the third. Tight game continues in Williamson County. Davis Cochran and the Bruins lead the Admirals by 3.
So how many points do you have Davis Cochran with now?
I've got Cochran with 11.
Yeah, because they have him with 5. I mean, it's so
Who are they
off.
giving him to?
And he has way more rebounds than that, too. Who are they giving the... Christian Brown has more than 12. It's like it's not even updated this quarter. It hadn't updated this quarter. We have no quarter run.
Brentwood holding on to a 3-point lead on Franklin on its home floor and on their senior night with 4.5 to go in the third. Later in tonight's game, we'll showcase the Sonic player of the game. Live free, eat Sonic, and Davis Cochran's making a run at that right now with 11 points. Jackson McCutcheon has 8 to lead the way for the Bruins. You got Christian Brown with 15 on the Franklin side, and Brown and Cochran each with 2 fouls, and they've been battling each other a lot tonight. Part of the story in the matchup between the 2 teams a few weeks ago. It has not been a part of the story yet tonight. This is Luke Mathey. Window.
How about that? Spivey with the bank open on a Friday night.
He's got 10 now. 6-point lead for Brentwood.
Spivey's been excellent tonight. Nice contribution for the Bruins.
Average is just shy of 8 points per game. Only had 2 on Tuesday in their loss against Summit. They go into Brown against Cochran. Cochran's trying to swat it away. One-on-one. Brown missed it. Brown going over the back to try to grab it. Does. Goes up, and he'll get free throws. Man, to see a load inside.
Wow. He has such a motor, too. He just stays in the play. But here's Spivey, that top of the key with the kiss off the glass. The bank is open here in Brentwood on a Friday night, but Christian Brown doing the dirty work down low and get the reward at the free throw line.
Now, what's important about that is they gave Spivey the foul. It was not against Cochran. It would have been the third on Cochran. So if you're Brentwood, you're thrilled with that. And there's Christian Brown. Look at that big frame. He is 10 pounds heavier than he was last year and 45 pounds heavier than he was as a sophomore when he was very slender and everybody was calling him slim. He has ditched just a really good high school player. Out of the corner, Jones misses the three. It's rebounded by McCutcheon. Brentwood by 5. Mathey short on the three. And it's saved by Spivey. Great effort by the Bruins.
Spivey, great hustle. Look at him.
Hits the deck,
Great
and
hustle.
A timeout taken by Troy Crane.
Spivey is everywhere. What effort.
Now they're going to turn it into a full timeout with 2:48 in the third. Look at Kevin Spivey, the only senior starter making the most of his senior night here for Brentwood.
This was the second of a couple of saves that he had on the possession over here against the sideline. Did a nice job of keeping the possession going. But I love seeing young men get to the floor. Always is. The first to the floor normally wins. Spivey on the floor first for the Bruins.
So they've got a 5-point lead right now. Again, a pretty even. Franklin down by 5. What do you think right now is the Admirals' approach with Jason Tigert and his team huddled up?
Really, Jarrett Newburn has yet to really make himself known as well, but I think you got to get some other production outside of Brown. I know you want to get the ball into Brown, you want to get a paint touch, but others need to come around him to really offset some of the pressure that I'm sure he's feeling to produce for this Admiral team.
At the conclusion of tonight's game, we will showcase the Sonic drive of the game. Live free, eat Sonic. Franklin brings Brown, Johnson, Robinson, the backup point guard. Kaiser is on the bench. They've got Jetty Jarrett in the lineup as well, alongside Carson Vaughn. Vaughn's guarding McKnight right now. Brentwood by 5. Emerson got free and scores.
Nice drive by Parker Emerson. The baseline drive was open, took advantage of it. Nice finish.
His first bucket of the night, one of the many sophomores on this young Brentwood team. Bruins reached the state tournament a year ago. They knocked off Hillsborough in the sectional. There's a basket inside for Xander Johnson. His first one tonight.
That's what we talked about. Somebody else has got to emerge for the Admirals. That was nice to see Johnson on that backdoor cut to put the ball in the basket.
And it'll go back to the Admirals in a 5-point game. And Cole Kaiser's coming back in for Franklin.
See this nice job by Parker Emerson for the Bruins. Strong finish there off 2 feet. And there's Brown with the dime on the backdoor cut to Johnson for 2.
Robinson trying to shake McCutcheon. Brentwood in that zone as usual. They'll trap, they'll match up. In the last meeting, Troy Crane felt like they reached too much. They were going for blocks. Brown up against Cochran, and Brown's got 17.
He's awfully difficult once he gets to that dominant left hand, and you can see he drove that basketball to get to the left side of the basket. You've got to try to make him go to his weak hand, that right hand.
Franklin again in the man-to-man. McCutcheon loves that step back. It's not there. He gives to McKnight for 3. Got it!
Beautiful shot from Hudson McKnight. The assist from McCutcheon there. Big 3-point basket.
38% from downtown for Hudson McKnight. Brentwood back up by 6 inside of a minute in the third. Brown wants it. He's one-on-one with Cochran, and here we go. They let him be. Brown missed it. Cochran taps the rebound to McKnight. That was that wall that Troy Crane wanted from Davis Cochran when he's defending Christian Brown. Don't reach, don't try to block the shot, just stay firm. 7 seconds. Emerson, alley-oop. Shot doesn't go down for Spivey, and that will end the quarter. Brentwood a missed opportunity there, but they still have a 6-point lead as we go to the fourth. The rematch for the Bruins and the Admirals has been a good one, and we've got 1 quarter left to decide who's going to take the W tonight. Hudson, McKnight, and Brentwood leading right now by 6. You like Cochran?
Yes. Yeah. He spent the whole time talking to his coaches. He just went in his huddle. I guess they got extended time.
Yeah. Set to start the fourth quarter here at Brentwood. Bruins 38, Franklin Admirals 36. Jason Teigert's team, top 10 in the state, not used to being down late in games, but he knew this was going to be an absolute battle. Williamson County's oldest rivalry. Brentwood, a very good team, a balanced team on their senior night, hosting Franklin, and a 6-point lead right now for the Bruins as we open up the final period. McCutcheon got free. Missed the triple. Rebounded by Emerson. Cochran lets the traffic pass. Drives on Brown.
Brentwood does a nice job of spacing. Do you see how spaced they are? They balance the floor really nicely.
Cochran blocked by Brown, but a foul. And that's 3 on Brown.
It's a tough call right there. I know Davis Cochran had a nice drive baseline. Maybe got him with the body a little bit. But in terms of going up and making a play on the ball, that looked clean. But maybe down low was where the foul was called.
Cochran with another miss at the line, 66%. He's at the Tennessee Homebuyers free throw line. Sell your house the easy way with Tennessee Homebuyers. Makes 1 out of 2. He's got a dozen points. And Jetty Jarrett is coming back in for Franklin to check out Carson Vaughn. Brentwood with a little pressure.
Seen this a couple times after made free throws from Brentwood.
Got to put a little pressure on those young point guards for Franklin. Robinson and Kaiser, sophomores, in there together. Kaiser got bumped. And that's on Hudson McKnight, his second.
Talking to Coach Tigert yesterday, he talked about Davis Long and how strong of a player he was at point guard. So steady, so certain. It was kind of the unknown coming into this year with these young guards, and they have been exceptional for this Franklin team thus far in the season.
Davis Long, one of a couple of seniors that Franklin graduated from last year's 21-win team that lost in the region semis. Xander Johnson out to Colin Robinson.
Dominant left hand on the left side of the basket. He's awfully comfortable.
McCutcheon had it poked away by Robinson. 19 now for Christian Brown.
He's just so good. He's so comfortable on that left side of the floor, on that left block, and once he gets those big, strong shoulders, it's over.
Cochran, Brown comes over to trap. Then he leaves, so it's Johnson guarding Cochran, and Cochran scores.
How pretty was that? That's big time. I love seeing the post entry and the old school usage of the jump hook. So soft. Davis Cochran with the big post basket.
Now Kaiser with a travel.
This is tough. Once you see this replay right here, Jeff. Nice post entry. Great patience. Use the dribble. Puts that shoulder right in the chest of the defender. Goes up and extends. Use that height. Nice soft finish.
And again, we saw Brown double, but then leave just out of respect for the perimeter shooting of the Bruins.
Great point, Jeff. Talking about just the effect of the thought of the three and how that makes you change your defensive mindset.
Spivey trying to get free. Knocks over Brown, and a blocking foul on Brown. Picks up number 4. What do you think, Drew? Let's see.
Let's see what it looks like on this replay. Ooh, that's tough. You know, we've seen Brentwood do a nice job of driving the basketball at the defender, but it did look like Spivey there did create the contact, but Christian Brown's going to have to check out of this game with 4 fouls.
Yeah, 5:57 to go. He's going to come out. He does not sit very much. They're going to wipe up some of the moisture off the floor. So let's keep an eye on this. You've got a 7-point deficit for Franklin on the road against your bitter rival, and with 6 minutes left in the game, your star player has to go out.
So we're going to put a marker on 5:57, a 7-point lead for Brentwood when Brown goes out of the basketball game.
Admirals get a turnover and then a foul in the backcourt on Parker Emerson. And I was just about to say, Jetty Jarrett not in the game. He is going to come in, and now they're going Brown back in since they're on offense. You know Brentwood's thinking about trying to take a charge.
Absolutely. Try to get a charge or even over the back call on a rebound to get Christian Brown out of this basketball game.
So Brown's playing on offense with 4 fouls. Colin Robinson on the take. Blocked away by McKnight. Stays with it. A 2-on-1. Blocked away there by Mewborn. And the finish by Cochran.
Cochran to continue to pursue the basketball. Nice rebound and finish in transition.
Brown traveled.
Watch Brentwood in transition here as McKnight gets the shot blocked, but Cochran continues to pursue the basketball for a big basket to put the Bruins up 9 here in the 4th quarter.
And there's Brown. He's back out now that they're on defense. 5 minutes to go. 9-point lead for the Bruins, and no reason to hurry if you're Brentwood. Xander Johnson is inside for Franklin, trying to front Davis Cochran. Emerson.
Brentwood can be patient. Brown out of the basketball game. You're up 9. You take your time.
McCutcheon. Out to McKnight. Nice pass to Cochran.
It's a beautiful possession. Great job by the Bruins there. Took about a minute off the clock. Great balance and spacing. Finding Davis Cochran for that backdoor layup.
Timeout, Franklin. Christian Brown in foul trouble. Bruins pulling away. They have opened up an 11-point lead. Davis Cochran's got 18, and the Bruins are on their way. This game's toast.
Yep. You're not going to be able to create. They're just going to space you out.
Yep.
That's their strength. That's why they're going to be good in postseason.
Yes.
They're going to be awful.
They're a better
good.
team.
Oh, 100%. Don't you think they're one-dimensional?
Yes. Yes.
It's honestly it's shocking to me how one-dimensional they are. He has zero help.
Yeah.
Jetty, these guys, Newburn can't score. I mean, they can't get a basket.
I know he was sick. He must not be feeling well still. He averages 10 a game. He's a lethal three-point shooter. He's not even been a factor
Has
tonight.
he even shot a shot? I don't even know.
Not according to the stats.
Yeah, I don't think he shot one.
He's only played 11 minutes.
So has he been out?
He at one point in the first half, I saw him go out, and it looked like he was sucking wind.
Oh.
But, I mean, Kaiser's a 42% three-point shooter. Quarter, and Brentwood is on a run right now. You see Christian Brown on your screen trying to play through this with 4 fouls. The Admirals are in serious trouble right now. Troy Crane looking on. Brentwood having their way right now. Sam Newborn still has not scored tonight. Again, he was under the weather on Tuesday. So was Xander Johnson. That certainly could be affecting their performance tonight. Johnson's got 2 points. Newborn has not scored, and they're both terrific three-point threats, and we've not seen that tonight from the Admirals.
Without a shot clock, Brentwood
got it. Here's Jarrett on the take, trying to leave it for Brown. It wasn't there. Up ahead, McCutcheon. McCutcheon missed it. Brentwood did not have to take that shot. Troy Crane is not happy about it.
It's 2 straight possessions. Coach Crane looked at his coaching staff and said, why are we shooting the ball?
There's a traveling violation to give it right back. And we're looking at Troy Crane right now. He's got the hands pointed down like, guys, slow down. I feel like he would make a comment about why his hair looks like that from fourth quarter situations of his 3 decades of basketball coaching.
If you're Franklin, you're going to have to start thinking about stretching this game out, utilizing your fouls. You only have 2 fouls here in this quarter. Have to be a little more aggressive at this point.
Into Cochran. Size advantage on Xander Johnson. Scores.
It's just so well done. Once you find the mismatch, once again, the three-point shots on the backside doesn't allow for help side to be as close to that post entry. Davis Cochran benefits from it on the layup close to the basket because it's just an isolation play. The defender's all by himself.
Yep.
That's the threat of that three-point shot.
And how dangerous does that make Brentwood for the postseason?
It makes them awfully dangerous. If they take care of the basketball and they get a lead in the fourth quarter, it's going to be awfully tough to beat them.
Kaiser. And on the rebound battle, there's a foul called. It is on Cochran, I believe. Yep. That's his third. Got Brown with 4, Cochran with 3, and a 13-point lead for Brentwood. Christian Brown's got 19 points for Franklin. Nobody else has more than 5. Brown in trouble in the corner. Now really in trouble. Gets it into Xander Johnson.
Get for Brown to find him. What about Brown? Double teamed in that coffin corner, finding his teammate Johnson for 2.
Xander Johnson didn't play on Tuesday against Nolensville. He's at the Tennessee Homebuyers free throw line. Sell your house the easy way with Tennessee Homebuyers. Johnson makes the free throw. He's going to check out. They've got Bronze Busolo in the game now as well for the Admirals, along with Brown and Colin Robinson. dangerous pass. Contact. Brown with a hard fall. And Brown is slow to get up. He tried to get up and slipped. Boy, that area of the floor in particular has been very slick tonight. Thankfully, it looks like Christian Brown is okay. Now we got a timeout. They're going to mop up that one area.
We've seen a couple of those tonight, just where the footing just is completely lost. I hope he's okay, because that was a hard fall there on the baseline.
Boy, and he's had leg injuries in his career, missed a lot of his sophomore year, had injuries to both legs.
To cure that basketball.
And again, Brentwood with a dangerous pass there too. They're up by 10, not needing to hurry, and they're dangling the carrot a little bit right now with 2:13 to go in the game. Let's take a look at our Sonic drive of the game. Live free, eat Sonic. Kevin Spivey's got 10 points tonight. Here's 2 of them as he gets the and one on this cut to the hoop.
Kevin Spivey's been outstanding tonight. 10 points. Those were 2 of his 10. He's had 2 3-point baskets, as well as a transition finish, and that nice physical finish to create an and one opportunity for himself.
And you talk about how dangerous Brentwood is. Spivey is their only senior starter. This is a young Brentwood team. State tournament a year ago. Daniel Cochran, Davis's older brother, was the senior. They had Jacob Purifoy at point guard, Daniel Olapade in the lineup. They lose those 3 guys. Timeout Brentwood here trying to get it in. It's a very young Brentwood team that is having a very impressive night tonight on their senior night and trying to tie up the first place spot in this always grinder of a district.
Coach Crane talked about those sophomores really growing up through the Brentwood middle system, the success they had as 6th graders, 7th graders, 8th graders. Then we even saw last year Davis Cotter on MyTV 30 over at Nolansville, and he made some big 3-point baskets in that game to really get Brentwood back into that basketball game. So this is a group that it really does set up nicely for him, with Jackson McCutcheon being a junior, Hudson McKnight a junior, and then that big sophomore class. It really does present itself to have another successful season for the Bruins.
For as young as they are, they seem to have a feel for the spacing. Anybody can have good shooters. They seem to know how to get the shooters open.
Totally agree. And then once it's time to play time and score, the usage of the entire great decision makers, they take care of the basketball.
And Brown has just fouled out. Christian Brown has just fouled out of the game. And Brown's night has ended. It's amazing. We were talking about how foul trouble was not a problem in this game for really the first 2/3 of the night. And Brown has picked up a few in these last few minutes. He's had some frustrating moments. And Franklin Starr is done for tonight.
We talked about the foul trouble in game 1 really was for the Bruins, with Davis Cochran having foul trouble, and Franklin benefited tonight. The Bruins have benefited from Brown being in foul trouble.
Busolo picks up another foul. Free throws are coming now. 10-point lead for Brentwood. We were talking about Davis Cochran too, Drew. Watching him again in person tonight, he seems like he can play any position, 1 to 5. How dangerous does that make Brentwood with what he can bring?
It makes him so dangerous. I mean, and he's grown so much since we last saw him play.
Yeah, as coach said, he's grown.
Bring him out towards that high post or that top of the key. He can really see the floor. He's a great passer, great rebounder. He just impacts all the statistical categories for the Bruins.
Cole Kaiser has not scored tonight. He kicks it out. Here's Colin Robinson. And rebounded by Emerson. And a foul, though, first, it looks like, against Brentwood. And it's against Parker Emerson on the box out. That's going to bring Busolo and Jones right back in here in a moment for Franklin. Xander Johnson at the line. With 1:40 to go.
Franklin's going to have to convert here to be able to set up their press. Try to speed the Bruins up, but look for Franklin, if they don't get a steal, to commit a quick foul to put the Bruins on the line.
Around and out, missed them both. And Cochran will bring it up. His older brother Daniel playing Division III ball at University of Chicago. They played together last year when Daniel was the senior, Davis was the freshman. He's playing keep away right now.
Looks like Franklin's decided not to foul.
Johnson gets the steal. And we've got a minute to go. Long two. At a time. And they'll take a 30.
I like what Colin Robinson gives this team. I think he gives them a different element, a different dynamic. You see that nice one was an and one opportunity as well, but I think his quickness, his explosion, that left as this season goes on. Look for Robinson to continue to earn his way onto the court to get more minutes.
It's so interesting too. We talked about it. Do you double team when the ball goes into a Cochran, or a ball went in and then it got kicked out for a three? That just did not happen for the Admirals tonight.
No, and you look and you see that only on the night. So to your point, Jeff, that's exactly right. We saw a lot of isolation plays for Christian Brown to be productive, but to the point, Brentwood did a nice job of staying pressed on those shooters, on those cutters, and really said that Brown is going to have to beat him by himself.
Yeah.
We're not going to allow anybody else to get anything. And have done a really nice job of executing that defensive philosophy.
Yeah, Franklin, one made three, only 5 attempts. So you got Brentwood, who averages 10 made threes a game. They've hit 6. Franklin's only hit 1. And there's a large reason for the difference, which right now sits on 9. Spivey across midcourt. They trap him and they foul him. With 4. So that'll send Spivey to the line. He's got 10 points on his senior night. And by the way, we saw Spivey start along with the rest of the regular Brentwood starters, which has 2 juniors and 2 sophomores. They've got another home game coming up on February the 7th against Ravenwood. And Troy Crane wanted to point out to us, they're going to start 5 seniors in that game. That's their final home game. Some senior nights you see as many seniors starting as possible. Brentwood knew what they had facing them tonight in Franklin, so they'll give the honor of some of the other seniors. They host Ravenwood on February 7th. Walk to the other end for free throws. 7 sophomores on this Brentwood team. 2 of them start. And now we're going to see some more Brentwood subs come in. Speaking of some seniors, we're going to get some of them coming in right now. McCutcheon at the line. He's going to stay in while everybody else out of the regular core subs out. And quite a round of applause from the Bruin faithful. Franklin subbing out a bunch of guys as well with 37.4. Ben Rencher is in for Brentwood. Pranav Sathu is in for Brentwood. McCutcheon hits the second one. He's going to come out. And they'll bring in Jake West, the freshman. Daniel Kimonye is one of their seniors. He's in there for number 30 in white. This is Hudson Reed for Franklin, giving it to Tyler Roberts, who scores. Roberts on the bucket, 20 seconds to go. Franklin's got Hayden McClarty in the game. Marshall Frund is in the game. And J.D. Kodaspati is in the game for Franklin as well. Kodaspati picks up the steal. 5 seconds left. Up ahead to McClarty. And his shot is blocked away by Kimonye. There's a senior night moment for one of the 5 Brentwood seniors. And it's on that exclamation exclamation point that the Brentwood Bruins, in a court-storming Friday night in Williamson County, have knocked off Franklin by 10. Pretty impressive night for Troy Crane's Bruins.
I thought they played outstanding basketball, executed the game plan on the defensive end, executed the offensive game plan as well, got exactly what they wanted. Davis Cochran was fantastic as well. Spivey gave great production. McCutcheon gave great production. Just a great win for the Bruins.
So they split the regular season series. Each team gets a win at home. Tonight, the Bruins take down Franklin by 10.
Now picture me fall to the wayside where I can't slide to the point where they really in my face. I'm not looking for sympathy or empathy in my brain.
Are you still all hooked up? Are you? Okay. Yeah. Test. Test. I can see you're on. Test. Okay, he's got it. A 10-point win for Brentwood tonight against Franklin here in Williamson County's oldest rivalry. 51-41, the final. Brentwood led by Davis Cochran and 20 points, and he is tonight's Sonic player of the game. Live free and eat Sonic. Cochran had 22 in the first matchup between these two teams a few weeks ago when Franklin got the win on its home floor. Tonight he scores 20. The sophomore standout doing it from the outside and the inside. Jackson McCutcheon feeding Cochran. And Brentwood evens the season series. They go to 7-3, tied now with Franklin atop District 10. Our Josh Houston and Associates Coaches Corner is our trophy presentation. Josh Houston and Associates is your one-source scholastic product experience. Drew Maddox is with Troy Crane and the Bruins.
Thanks, Jeff. I'm here with a very happy coach, Troy Crane. It's great to be with you, Coach. Thanks for having us tonight. Talk about how big this win is in a rivalry game, big district game for you and your team.
Yeah, this means a lot to a lot of people. It's the oldest rivalry in Williamson County. Great atmosphere. Shout out to the Bruin Crazies out here tonight. Hey, great atmosphere. This is what high school basketball is all about.
Absolutely. It seemed like you guys had a specific game plan that you wanted to execute on the defensive end in particular as it related to Brown. Talk a little bit about what you were trying to do on the defensive end to control him.
Yeah, well, we gambled a lot at their place early on, so we did a lot better job of staying in our lanes and walling up, and we didn't get lost in our rotations in our zone because they run a lot of baseline runner action, get shooters in the corner. Guys over-communicated. That was a big emphasis. We got over-communicate. They did a great job of that tonight.
Awesome. Last question, Coach. What's next for this team? What's coming up? What would you like to see out of this team as you march towards postseason?
Yeah, well, they're a bunch of sophomores, so I really can't tell you what's next. But no, we're starting to see some growth. We're starting to see some maturity. But this district, man, it's a dogfight every night, and there's a a lot more quality opponents left on their schedule. So, hey, we just got to take them one at a time and be playing our best basketball going into that district tournament.
That's awesome, Coach. Well, congratulations. Here's the Champions Trophy presented to the Brentwood Bruins. Back to you, Jeff M.
Congrats to the Bruins. They've got 4 more games left in the regular season after tonight. They are now 17-6 overall. 7-3 in District 10. Franklin falls to 16-5, also 7-3. And pending the Independence outcome tonight, too, there could be a 3-way tie at the top of this always tough district. Quite a night. It's Davis Cochran and the Bruins pick up a 10-point win. Cochran had 20 points. McCutcheon had 10. Spivey had 10. McKnight with 5. Emerson, also one of their starters, had 3. Christian Brown fouling out for Franklin, ending up with 19. And he was by far the leading scorer for the Admirals as Brentwood take just a very impressive night for Brentwood. They're a very balanced team, and I feel like they showed us that tonight.
I thought they executed exactly what they wanted to do on both ends of the floor tonight. Obviously, the way that they guarded Franklin, they isolated in their matchup against Christian Brown, stayed pressed on everybody else. And then on the offensive end, I was so impressed. Davis Cochran, obviously, Spivey, McCutcheon, but only 6 turnovers tonight in a rivalry matchup with sophomores that you're counting on. It was awfully impressive.
It's been a fun night. These two teams rarely disappoint. And tonight, Brentwood gets the win. All of us would like to take a moment to thank the wonderful sponsor partners, Sonic, South College, Bart Durham Injury Law, UA Local 5 sponsor supporters for their contributions to our 2025 high school hoops telecast, Tennessee Homebuyers, and Josh Houston and Associates. And we'd especially like to thank tonight's participating schools and their administrators for their support, Franklin High School and our host, Brentwood High School. Now we've got a quick turnaround. Join My TV 30 Sports for another exciting high school hoops matchup on a special night next week, Tuesday, February 4th, 7:30. We'll be in Sumner County as the Beach Buccaneers take on the Green Wave of Gallatin in a District 12 clash. For now, that'll do it. For Drew Maddox and our wonderful crew, led by Steve Mann, Lee Scott, Travis Porterfield, it's Jeff M. signing off. Again, the final, Brentwood 51, Franklin 41. Thank you for being with us, and good night from Brentwood. This has been Sonic High School Hoops, presented by South College on My TV 30.
All of us would like to take a moment to thank the wonderful sponsor partners, Sonic, South College, Bart Durham Injury Law, UA Local 572, TN Homebuyers, and Josh Houston and Associates, who through their contributions to the program make these games possible for you viewers at home. And we especially like to thank tonight's participating high schools and their administrators for their continued support. Franklin High School and our host, Brentwood High School.